G'day, Trent from the Total Tools G4 group. We're in the G4 Racing workshop. We're here with tooltip number 4. It's off the back of tooltip number 3 where we did some brake fluid testers. We're now going to change brake fluid, and this is a job where using the right tools can really get you low on the F scale. Remember, the fewer the Fs, the more satisfying the job, the quicker it gets done. This being a bit of a weekend hobby job for us, I reckon it's probably a 2-beer job, so. All right, let's get cracking. We'll keep this cool in my very cool king chrome stubby holder. Magnetic, it'll hang on that for me. Right, to do this job, we are using the SP pressure brake bleeding system. Good thing about this is it doesn't put too much pressure on any ABS systems. It does make the job very easy. You pre-fill it with your fluid. We've already extracted as much of the old fluid as we can out of the reservoir. Pumped it up to about 15 psi. That primes the entire system and we can get cracking on the job. Right, so we are at the furthest point away from the brake reservoir, which means it's pushing any air, any fluid, everything right to the end of this line. I've got my clear tube to collect. I'll crack that open and we can start seeing the fluid come through. Now, because we're flushing the system, we want to let this go for a while until we start seeing the clear fluid and the new fluid coming through. So it's been running for a couple of minutes. We've completely flushed it out. It's only clean fluid. There's no air bubbles now. We're ready to go. The majority of the system is now purged and we can move on to the other side. Right, we're now on the driver's rear, next furthest one away from the reservoir. Give it a crack, and this one will go a bit quicker because it's only this part of the brake line that needs to bleed out. You can already see some of the old greener fluid coming through there. We'll let it run for a little bit, keep an eye on it, and it should clear out. All right, well that one didn't take as long as predicted. You can pinch that off. Tell you what, it's about the easiest way to bleed brakes that I've ever done. Rears are done, time for the fronts. Righto, and as we get closer to that reservoir and closer to the front, it clears a lot quicker. This one hasn't been going very long at all, so that's already done, clear, no bubbles. Ready to nip it off and get to the other side. So all done, we can disconnect. Check your final fluid levels, which it might need a little top off. There you go, bleeding brakes with the SP pressurised brake bleeding system. It's a great way to go. It's no fuss. You can do it with one person. You don't need to have someone there pumping brakes or that sort of thing. Best part about it is it pushes all the junk through, all the old fluid, all the air gaps all go straight to the end, right down to the calipers where the nipples are. And as you get closer to the reservoir, the quicker the job gets. It's quite painless, happens very quick. It's the best way I've ever done to bleed brakes. We do have the air suction system we use on the motorbikes. We'll probably show that in another video. But this one for cars with ABS, you can get different fittings for each reservoir with different screw tops and twist caps and all that sort of thing. Really good system to use. Come in a store, ask us about getting one of these systems. We'll see you in store soon. Like, comment, subscribe.